mobile delegates. I'm Ashley Esqueda, and it's time for your Mobile Nation's Monday Brief, where I bring you the best of CrackBerry, Android Central, WebOSNation, WPCentral, and iMore. It's been a busy week in tech, so let's jump in. iMore talked about how the 7-inch iPad rumors are picking up steam this past week. They reported on a pretty reliable source saying the scaled-down iPad is headed for an October release this year alongside the brand new iPhone. The most shocking part is the source says Apple's aiming for a launch price of, get this, $200 to $250. It would certainly be a huge blow to Amazon and other 7-inch tablet makers. The source also says the entry-level iPad would have just 8 gigabytes of space to bring costs down. However, they're also claiming this smaller iPad would be identical to its 9.7-inch sibling, making Retina display a possibility. It's a juicy rumor for sure. A price point and specs like that would blow the doors open for educational use and folks who wanted to get an iPad but never got past the price point and/or the size. Could this be Tim Cook's one more thing later this year? CTIA was in full effect last week with Android Central sailing the 7 seas of mobile to bring you the finest coverage in all the lands. There weren't any major bombshells, but Phil & Co. definitely saw some interesting things in New Orleans. An AT&T Samsung Galaxy Note was spotted running Ice Cream Sandwich, MasterCard jumped into the mobile payment game, and Verizon showcased the Droid Incredible 4G LTE. My favorite bit of coverage was the super weird orange goo over at the Tech 21 booth. Phil got his hand covered in it, and then the guy at the booth proceeded to smash Phil's hand with a mallet. They use that stuff in cases. There's a ton of CTIA coverage over on Android Central with a pretty nifty recap with all the best stories in the show notes today. Check them out. Well, BlackBerry World 2012 is over, but that doesn't mean CrackBerry's taking a vacation. On the contrary, the CrackBerry team is putting on their gumshoe hats and sleuthing for clues as to the next generation of devices and tidbits about BB10. How, you might ask? Well, the dev alpha unit given to attendees at BB World might seem basic at first, but CrackBerry broke it down last week and attempted to unearth any secrets it might be holding. And there are secrets. Even though only 2 apps are visibly installed, 33 are actually on the device. We'll probably see those unlocked as development continues. They also found some old and new device codenames, file structures, and BBM without BIS. If you're interested, it's a good read and gives some insight into what we might see later this year from RIM. Windows Phone Central was talking about Nokia this last week as the Win Phone maker unveiled upcoming apps and games coming to a Windows Phone near you. Some of the apps have specific Lumia exclusivity timeframes, like Groupon, TripDots, and the ESPN app. But there were also other non-exclusive apps mentioned, like PayPal, Angry Birds, Space, and Time Magazine. It looks like major content providers are finally suiting up and paying attention to Windows Phone 7 as a very serious contender in the mobile game and creating apps that not only function well but take advantage of Metro UI's beautiful tiles system, and they are also optimizing their apps around tiles to create a rich end-user experience. I personally am looking forward to seeing some killer apps coming to Win Phone this year from our favorite developers and content portals, and even more goodness from Nokia and Microsoft. I know that sometimes hearing news from WebOSNation can be kind of a drag, especially when executives start leaving for their positions. But this week I have some great news for you, WebOSNation. It seems that HP is actually hiring some good men and women to work on the WebOS team at Hewlett-Packard. Yes, that's right, there are 12 open positions currently for the WebOS team, although one of them looks like it's already been filled. Jason Robitaille, the creator of my favorite WebOS homebrew feature of all time, WebOS Quick Install, has been snapped up as a summer intern for the Enyo team. Considering WebOS Quick Install is one of the most successful additions to WebOS ever, and it's brilliant, it's a good sign HP is appreciating Jason's contributions by bringing him on to help with the next evolution of WebOS. That's it for your Mobile Nation's Monday Brief. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/mobilenations. Check out our network of dazzling, entertaining, and informative podcasts at mobilenations.com/shows. And you can follow me on Twitter at Ashley Esqueda. If there isn't a show next week, please place all blame on Diablo 3. Nations, you have been briefed.